I am about to candle some eggs that need to go into lockdown today, and as always, I'm scared. I hate candling eggs. So before we go any further, I'm hatching under the Brinsea, and this little piece came with the Brinsea. It was in the bottom when I opened it up, and I saved it so that I could use it as a guide to cut some of this stuff. This is just shelf liner, so that I can put the shelf liner on the bottom of the incubator while the chicks are hatching. Now this actually doesn't fit perfectly on here. It's a little bit more narrow than the board is, but I think it's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna cut this to size first so that I can put it down underneath the eggs as they hatch. Now the reason for this like anti-slip thing is because we want to give the baby chicks like a nice firm footing while they're hatching, so that they don't get splay leg as a result of like too slick of a surface, because that is one of the things that can cause splay leg in baby chicks, is when the surface that they're standing on in their brooder or the incubator is just a little bit too slippery, and it causes their legs to splay, obviously. Okay, so now that we have this out of the way, as some of you know, this is my first time hatching out of this Brinsea. I've got some shipped eggs in here that I'm like especially excited about, but also I'm nervous because this is my first hatch out of the Brinsea. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all of the eggs out, and then I'm gonna put my little mat down, and then we'll candle them before we put them back in. That's the plan. This is my Gove hygrometer / thermometer. The egg trays just pull right out. Super simple. So far, I am so pleased with this Brinsea. Ooh, what am I gonna put these in? I need some egg cartons. I'll be right back. So I'm just going to very gently remove all of the eggs. Sometimes I can kind of feel by weight what's happened. Oh, I forgot about these leg bar eggs. You can tell by weight what's happening in the eggs. Theoretically, eggs should be getting lighter as they're developing, and also the air cell should be getting bigger as they develop. Also in this, in this hatch, I have some black copper Marans and some silkies that I am really hoping to send to my dear friend, Savannah. I also have these shipped wheaten eggs. I started with 7. I'm down to 5. I really want some wheaten Americanas. I've been trying to hatch them since the spring and have been minorly successful. I don't have a breeding flock yet. Let's just say that. Okay, egg turners out. We'll put this floor mat in. Here's what we look like going into lockdown. Here's the eggs we're about to candle. This is the candler I'm about to use. It says Magic Fly Egg Candler on it. All I did was go onto Amazon and search egg candler, and this was the cheapest one that came up with the best reviews. We're just gonna rip the band-aid off with these wheatens, I think. Oh my goodness, you guys. That absolutely is a developing egg. I don't see movement in there, but sometimes it's hard to see movement at this stage. That one looks a lot less developed than that other one, but there is for sure movement in there. Also a nicely developed egg right here. Lockdown happens the last 3 days of incubation, and that's when we bump up humidity. Damn, I am impressed. This egg looks like it's pipped internally. See that right there? That movement looks like an internal pip to me. And next, we'll move on to the Marans. Okay, this one looks ready for lockdown also. With the Marans, because you have these dark egg colors, sometimes it's hard to see development in there, so I'm always candling for the air cell and to kind of see what's happening around there. This egg looks great. Yep, and you see how big that air cell was? If you go back, that candling video I did a couple weeks ago, you can see the difference in the size of these air cells. Damn, I don't even know why I was so nervous. That also looks like an internal pip in there. Do you see how it's pushing through to the air cell? That is why the air cell is there, and that is why it grows throughout the incubation process. Interesting that this is a little saddled. because during the lockdown period, the developing chick inside is going to peck through that internal membrane in there and into the air cell, and it's going to breathe that air while it begins, until it begins to pip, which means crack through the shell, that initial peck through the shell, and then unzip. So they need enough air in there to survive until they're able to make that first initial pip. This is a not developing Marans egg compared to these going into lockdown Marans eggs. Going into lockdown, not developed. I knew there was an issue with that one. Okay, this egg appears to have quit developing. And this egg is ready for lockdown. And little silkies. Silkies look good. Hello, silky friends. These, oh, we have another internal pip. Good thing I'm getting these into lockdown now. They don't have much more time before they're gonna pip externally. These are my leg bars that are split to opal. Yep, these babies look great. Here's who we have going into lockdown. We have Wheaton Americanas, Black Copper Marans, some Silkies, a Bantam Calico Cochin, and a Blue Lace Red Wyandotte, and some cream split to opal leg bars. And I've been running my humidity at about 43% throughout incubation. So we're gonna bump that up to, this is relative humidity right here. I'm gonna bump humidity up to about 60%. You want humidity to be, well actually I'm gonna bump it up to about 57%. Because I've noticed that the Brincy tends to run a little bit higher in humidity. Damn, I'll go 58. You want humidity to be between 55 and 65% to lockdown. And so into lockdown we go. Oh, in a couple more days, I'll be showing you baby chicks.